and welcome to Budgeting with Intention. In today's video, we'll be going over the budget for the month of November. Thank you so much for clicking on the video today. If you're new, welcome. We are a family of 3 living on the east coast of Canada. This channel is primarily about budgeting. Every once in a while, I'll throw something else in, like the planning video I did last week, but for the most part, it's these sit-down videos where I just work on my budget and chat to you guys about our finances. If that is something that you'd be interested in watching more of, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment on the video, support the channel in whatever way feels best to you. And if you are a returning if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me today. So diving right in, we are looking at November. I'm filming this on October 31st, so we're not quite in November yet, but you know, tomorrow is November, so might as well get to it. Yeah, and this is just something that I used to do before I kind of fell out of my budgeting habit, but I'd like to do a overview at the beginning of each month just to give me a one-page glance at everything that's coming in and out, and you know, just making sure that all the numbers match up. So getting right into it, I'm going to start with our expenses and then we'll go from there. So rent is the first thing, and that is $11.70, and then internet is $1.71, and these numbers I'm just rounding up to the nearest dollar, just it's easier for me to do it that way. And then any little extra bit just ends up being a buffer in the account. So bank fees are $17, subscriptions $40, and that is for Netflix and OnStar. And then we've got insurance. That is a bundle of life insurance, car insurance, and home insurance. And then we've also got speech therapy for my son, and that will be $110. And then childcare, $375, and then cell phones are $115. So let's add all that up. So $11.70, 40, $290, $110, $375. and $115, so that works out to $22.88. Okay, so coming over to gas, we spent about $250 last month and about $260 the month before. I'm just gonna do $250 again this month. We don't have that much driving in November, just the normal stuff, so we'll just say $250. And then if we need to adjust partway through the month, we can do that. Food, we are doing $600 for the whole month. That includes all food, so eating out and groceries. It's about $150, or it is $150 a week times 4 gives us the $600. So out of that $150, we can choose to use it all for groceries, or we can take some of it out of the grocery money and use it towards eating out. So rather than having a separate line for eating out and groceries, we just combine it all together and call it food. And then miscellaneous and other, we're going to do $20 for the month. Household is also getting $20 for the month. And then pocket money and lunch money are going to get $10 a week each, which is $40 for the month. So let's add those up, see what we've got. $250 and $600, 20, 20, 40, and 40, $970. Okay, going down to the debt payment section, we've got 2 car payments coming out this week, or not this week, this month, and they're $170 each, which is $340 for the month. And our loan payment, we're going to pay $400. So add those together, 3, 4, 7. So $740 is our total debt repayment for the month. And then coming over into our savings and sinking funds, We've got 2 TFSA payments and 2 RESP payments. So the TFSA is just a tax-free savings account. My husband and I contribute $25 every 2 weeks. It just sits there, long-term savings. We don't even have a job for it yet. It's just accumulating. It'll probably end up being part of our retirement fund. And then the RESP is the registered education fund for our son. So those are both $25 every 2 weeks, so $50 for the month on both of them. And then we will be putting $80 towards car maintenance. Oil fund, this is furnace oil. We don't pay it monthly, we just pay it when it fills up. We never know when that's going to be. It just happens to be whenever the truck stops by. Sometimes it's a couple $100s, sometimes it's closer to $1,000. So we're just going to start putting money away now that it's getting colder. And then when the bills come, hopefully the plan is that we'll have a good fund sitting there ready to go that we'll be able to use to pay the bills. So we're going to start the month off with $200. If for some reason we get more money than we expect this month, we can put more in there. And then the same with the Christmas fund. We're not going to designate anything to it, but if we get paid more than we are expecting to, or if, bonus money comes in from somewhere, then that will go directly into the Christmas fund. So let's add that up and see what we've got. 50 and 50, 80 and 200 is 380. And then we're going to transfer all of these up into the corner here. So fixed expenses, 2288. And then variable expenses are 970. Debt repayment is 740. And then our sinking and savings fund is 380. And I kind of did this a little backwards. So normally what I do is I will start over here with the income and, calculate what I think we're going to be bringing in for the month and then go from there. Today I kind of did it backwards. I did the expenses and debt and sinking funds first. The reason for this is that my partner and I just want to try something different this month. We just want to change our mindset a little bit when it comes to money. We are definitely a paycheck to paycheck family at the moment, and we are trying to get out of that cycle. So we thought if we just add up everything that we need and see that total, that will give us something to work for, or towards, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but sometimes the only way to change is to change something. So that's what we're trying. It's a small change, granted, but sometimes it's just the little things that really kickstart bigger things. So, just coming at it from a different point of view, looking at a goal of money to bring in rather than this is what's coming in and that's all we have and we have to make these numbers work. We have variable income. I have a freelance job right now that is letting me work extra hours. So if I see a number and I know I can reach that goal, then I will go for it. So let's just find out how much we actually do need. 2288 plus 970 plus 740 plus 380. So we need to bring in 4378 in order for our balance to be zero at the end of the month. And of course it would be even better if our balance was more than zero, but bare minimum, we need to bring in 4378. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm back. My phone rang and I had to take the call, and I'm not sure where I left off, but I'm just going to jump back in and hopefully I don't repeat myself too much. I think I was somewhere around explaining why we're not doing the income, filling out the income portion, and it's basically just to change our mindset and give us something to work towards instead of putting ourselves in a box and seeing this is the amount of income that we have, that's all we have to work with. This is just making our minds open up a little bit more to the possibility of making more money and bringing in more money and making a bigger income. So that's just what we're trying. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's not going to work. We're going to try it and see. But our goal is definitely to move from paycheck to paycheck into having a nice buffer in our account so that, you know, on weeks or months where we have a little bit less income, we'll be fine. And then on the weeks and months where we have more income, it just pads that buffer and makes it even bigger. So that is one of our goals for the new year coming, is to get out of the paycheck to paycheck cycle, hopefully get a full month ahead in our bills. Another goal we are working towards is filling up our emergency fund. We'd like to have $1,000 in that by the end of next year. And yeah, a couple other little things here and there, but I will talk more about that probably in December or going into the new year of January, somewhere around that time. But if you have successfully moved from a paycheck to paycheck reality into being a month ahead or a paycheck ahead, or even just having a $200 buffer in your account at all times, let me know in the comments how you did it. I am all ears. We are open to any advice that you have to give, any success stories, let us know. One thing we are trying that is new for us is using an app on our phones and computer to help us designate what our money is doing, giving a job to every dollar basically. And this is not a new concept to us, of course, because we've been using cash envelopes for a long time, but we're just trying it digitally. It's a little bit more accessible for my partner because I'm the one that is always carrying the money with me in my purse and going to the physical stores and shopping and stuff, but it's also a family budget, and he would like to know how much money we have for things too. Also, sometimes he'll go out to the store and pick up a couple groceries, but I have the cash, and then it gets confusing. So just for simplicity's sake, we are going to try not cash spending for the month of November, just to see how it goes. And of course, I will report back and let you know how the experiment went, if it was successful or a failure. But it's something that we're both liking so far. So I'm thinking we will probably end up using the app for the foreseeable future. So that is it for this month's budget. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are going trick-or-treating with your little ones tonight, or I guess by the time this video goes out, if you did go trick-or-treating with your little ones, I hope that you had fun. And that the weather was nice wherever you are. It's cold here, but not quite cold enough to snow. So no snowsuits tonight under the costumes, which is nice. There's definitely been years where we have had to put snowsuits on before going out trick-or-treating, but luckily tonight is not going to be one of them. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Remember how I just said that it wasn't going to snow? Well, look what we woke up to the next morning. Here it is, a beautiful winter wonderland on the east coast of Canada. Thanks for watching. Bye!